Awesome. Well, Pop, pleasure meeting with you, man. I appreciate the hospitality. This is my first time on Twitch and Discord, so really appreciate you showing me that. And hey, thanks for the time sitting down with me today. How's it going?
Hey, this is a lit opportunity, bro. It's my first time ever getting like an interview or a podcast, so I appreciate you giving me this opportunity, man. This cool, bro. For real, that's cool.
Well, I'm honored. So,
Yeah, I
um,
appreciate that, man.
so I appreciate that. But any plans for the weekend? I know St. Patty's Day is coming up.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm finna go fishing today, bro. I got my boat, or I got a paddle boat with a trolling motor on the back of it, so we finna go fishing. Probably about, shit, we probably gonna leave here like 12:30. It's 11:10 my time, so probably, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. What about you, bro? What
Okay.
you got planned?
Well, I got my girlfriend's parents in town this week, so just kind of more of a relaxed weekend. But yeah, I'll get you out quick to the water, so don't worry. Where
I
where,
ain't no
where are you
rush, man.
located?
I'm in Nashville. What about you?
Oh, I love Nashville, actually. I was there for a bachelor party.
Bro.
Um, I'm in Charlotte, so
Nice. Yeah, I
not
ain't
too
gonna lie.
far away.
The Hornets, hey, LaMelo Ball, that's my favorite player. That's my favorite team, man. So,
They've been fun to watch this year.
yeah, heck yeah, bro. Heck yeah.
Yeah. And we also have a national holiday coming up for us wrestling fans. We have 316 Day on Monday in honor of Stone Cold. So hope you're celebrating
Damn.
that as well.
Oh, shoot. Okay, heck yeah, I'm gonna be celebrating that. Heck yeah, Stone Cold's a legend, bro. I got a 316 shirt.
Yeah, everybody does, right?
Facts,
Still,
bro.
still probably one of the more popular shirts that they've ever sold.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, yeah. So again, I appreciate you sitting down. Um, one day, I was just really scrolling on my Instagram, and I saw one of your videos pop up, and you were a conductor of a choir in the middle of a grocery store, and everyone was singing WWE entrance songs to Shawn Michaels' "Sexy Boy," to Randy Orton's "Voices," and Cody Rhodes' "Kingdom" by Downstate. And the video goes on. It's the women's security guard comes up to you. She's right in your face, and she's telling you to relieve. And the best part was before you all left, you all got that Cody Rhodes "Whoa" in. So that was one of the highlights I think to that video. So checked out your page, watched a few videos, and I was like, I gotta follow him. I gotta reach out to him. This is pretty hilarious. So I appreciate the entertainment that you have provided me and obviously everybody else in your journey thus far. But so I wanted to start like, where did you come up with the name Pop the Chain? I know you have it tatted on your forearm, right?
Yeah, right here, man.
Yep. Where'd you come up with that?
Sure, I was like 10 years old, bro, and I was playing baseball at the time, and my favorite, there's this comedian named Domingo Ayala, and shout out Domingo, man. He was a baseball comedian, and he was like, when you hit a home run, you gotta pop the chain. I was like, damn, that's tough, bro. So I started ever since, literally since 2013, my Instagram's been pop the chain, bro. So
Okay.
I'll never change that, and it's cool, bro. It's a name I never heard before, you know.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
And how long have you had the tattoo?
I ain't gonna lie, I've had this tattoo, bro. I got this tattoo in about. It was one of my first tattoos, like senior year of high school. So like 2022, I got it, bro.
Okay. And
Yeah,
has
yeah,
everybody called you Pop since then?
yeah. Everybody, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I mean, my real friends, like my like people from back home and stuff, they call me Sonny. But everybody now, bro, it's crazy. Like, so many people call me Pop now. Everybody call me that, bro.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
And so you have a saying, I'll run it. What
Facts.
does that mean?
All right, so basically, I'm gonna tell you. So, LaMelo Ball, a long time ago, was playing high school basketball, and there was this female named Jaden Newman. You know, she was a crazy female. She is a cloud chaser and all that. So
Mhm.
she went down to him and was like, "Oh my gosh, LaMelo Ball, I'm a huge fan. Can you follow me back on Instagram?" And she's a cloud chaser. She's crazy. She's rude. All that cusses people out. And basically, he hit her with a "I don't run it." She's like, "Can you follow me back on Instagram?" He's like, "I don't run it. I don't run it." And I was like, and it just went viral. It's like top five meme ever to exist. And I was like, damn, that's tough, bro. I don't run it. That's tough. And then so I actually so then I went to, you know who Aiden Ross is?
Yes.
Okay, so he had a boxing brand risk down here in Nashville, Tennessee. He had a boxing brand risk event down here in Nashville, Tennessee, and there was tons of security, everything. Nobody was getting in, bro. Nobody was getting in, and none of my friends were getting in. You had to be a celebrity to get in. So I kid you not, I walked up to the door. I walked inside. I walked in like an hour late. I walked in. Security looked dead at me. You have to have credentials to get in everything. I swear to God. Security looked dead at me. I looked dead at them. They didn't say nothing. I just walked right past them, bro. I don't know, it's God with me or something. And then I just walked right past them. And then I went in there. I saw Jaden Newman. As soon as I went in there, I took my phone out. Keep in mind, at this time I only had 3,000 followers. So I walked in there. I pulled my phone out. I was like, "Hey, I don't run it." And Tyreek Hill was right beside me. And that video got 7 million views and really started blowing me
Wow.
up. And then I went to the next brand risk and I trolled the brother and the dad. And then I flew all the way to LA to get LeVar Ball to say it. And then after that, it's been going
Wow.
crazy, bro. Yeah,
That's a story. Wow.
yeah.
It kind of reminds me of that time. I think somebody tried to get like a press pass that they forged for the Super Bowl. They just walked into the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. I think I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that. So it kind of reminds me of that.
Facts.
Um, do you have either Top the Chain or I Don't Run It? Do you have either of those trademarked?
I got I'll Run It trademarked. I made a whole clothing brand. You know, it's dropping again soon. But yeah, man, I dropped this clothing brand in about October, November, and they sold out. So I'm working with me and my team getting it right, and I'll be dropping it again soon. Probably next week I'll be dropping the I'll Run It merch again, bro.
Amazing. Well,
Heck
I'll
yeah.
definitely be making a purchase. I was going to say if you didn't have it trademarked, speaking, because we're talking about wrestling here today, I don't know if you've ever heard of the gimmick attorney, Mike Dawkins, who's done a lot of the wrestling trademarks for like, just wrestlers to capitalize on their likeness, right? Or even like Sting's face paint or Danhausen's face paint. Those are things that they've trademarked. So
Yeah.
glad you have the rights to all that. That's your brand. So
I didn't know he
keep,
trademarked his
keep
face
doing what you're
paint for
doing.
real.
Yeah, you can do it in specific, I guess, asset classes.
Right.
So because it's in a specific niche,
Right.
nobody else can do it, right?
Right.
So yeah, so that's awesome. But yeah, wish you all the success there. Um, so you talked about the social media aspect of things. Speaking of apparel brands, you did mention LeVar Ball with Big Baller Brand. Was that your first video that eclipsed what 5 million views on Instagram, or I think there was 4.5 million on TikTok? What was kind of the video that was your big break? Was
Yeah.
it the
So
one with LeVar or Aiden Ross?
yeah, my first ever video that went viral was February of 2025. It was actually I ain't lie, I probably had like 100. I ain't have no followers at this time, bro. So my first video that went viral was it was February of 2025, and you know when Jey Uso does his entrance, so I
Of
was in
course.
the, so I was like up in the thing like by the concessions, and he was right beside me, and I got my homeboy that was with me to record it. He recorded me and Jey Uso, and it went pretty viral. WWE posted it on Twitter and stuff. So, and then but I didn't really get following from that. So the Aiden Ross thing really went good, but it was really the LeVar Ball that jumped me because I'm at like 84. I just think I'm like 87,000 on TikTok right now. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. In like January, early January, I just hit 20K. So it's like the LeVar Ball really was my breakthrough because that went on
Yeah,
ESPN and everything, bro.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I do see as well that you've like you said, you traveled to LA for the LeVar Ball one. I've also seen you posted a few things alongside like I Show Speed. You were running what was it, 5 miles alongside his
Yeah,
car,
bro.
something
Five
like
miles, man. 5 miles. Yes, sir. I ran. You know, I'm in a Division One athlete for 3 years, so I got endurance, man. Ran from 5 miles. Ran from Tennessee State University all the way to Broadway. You feel me?
Okay, and that's in Nashville as well, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's
Where
in
you went to
Nashville.
school?
Yep. Yep. Yeah,
Okay, awesome.
I'm a senior right now. Yes, sir. So
Oh, you're
I'm
still in school. Wow.
yeah,
Okay, so you're grinding out there.
oh yeah, grinding, man, grinding. I graduate this May.
What are you studying?
Exercise science.
Okay, very nice. And if your online presence, if that takes off, or your brand, would you focus on that or exercise science? Like what's the long-term goal?
Oh man, my goal right now is full time content and streamer. I want to be one of the biggest in the world one day. So that's
Mhm.
that's my goal, Brian. I'll worry about my degree when I worry about it. But I'm just getting it right now, just to get it.
Yeah, just to have like that backup plan, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. And in track, what events do you do? I'm assuming you do distance if you're running 5 miles
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right alongside ISO speed.
Facts. Yeah, I ran the mile actually. I ran the 1 mile. That was my thing, cross country, bro. I wasn't.
Okay.
I ran 800 sometimes. I really wasn't that good at that, but the mile was my thing.
What is your PR?
PR is 440.
Damn,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
I
It's
remember running track in high school, and that first meet that I ever had, I did the 800 first half mile. I was like, oh, I'm in first, and then it caught up to me,
yeah,
and then I realized that I'm just gonna be doing this for fun.
yeah.
So that's awesome.
That's facts, bro. It's hard, man. It's hard.
Awesome.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, track's the most mental sport, bro. And it's like, the mile, it ain't no joke. Like going up to the line thinking you're about to run a full out mile is
Yep.
like, you could die doing that, Russ. It's a crazy
Hmm.
sport, man.
Yeah. Awesome. And is that in season now?
Yeah, I don't run no more. I had an injury back in December of
Oh.
2024. It put me out for like 10 months, and, and that's actually how I started making content. Then I started blowing up this
Mhm.
content. I'm like, I ain't gonna run track no more. I'm just gonna do this content and graduate.
Mhm. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And now, are you also a basketball ref? I've seen you wear a ref jersey a couple of times. Is
Yo,
that accurate or?
yeah. That's my little side hustle, you know. So I don't like working on a normal job, man. No disrespect to anyone that does. Shout out to y'all. I got hella respect for people who work normal jobs. I just
Mhm.
can't because I always get fired or end up trolling the boss or something. Or I don't like power trip or so when people tell me what to do. That pisses me off. So, you know, I really just yeah. So my side hustle, I'm a TWSAA licensed referee. So I'll be out there refing wearing the metal glasses. And all the kids out there know me. Like every game I go to, they always ask for pictures and stuff. So it's fun to go out there and just be cool with the kids and shit.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah, bro.
That's awesome. Yes. So let's talk a little wrestling, right? That's
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
really brings us all together,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
So what are some of your earliest memories of wrestling, or how did you get into it?
Man, so I ain't gonna lie, wrestling was the first thing I ever watched. My grandpa introduced me to it when I was like 4 or 5, because I was born in Oregon and then we moved here to Nashville area, and I started wrestling when I was like 4 or 5, bro. And I just fell in love with it. The first wrestler I ever watched was Edge. That's the first wrestler I ever watched, bro. And I fell in love with Edge, man. That was my favorite wrestler. And then started to watch like 2007 and stuff when CM Punk was doing ECW. I started to watch him, and then me and my grandpa liked CM Punk a lot, and he liked Edge, so started watching them, bro. And then I grew up. I was a huge fan. Wore all the Jeff Hardy things and everything, bro. The arm sleeves. I dressed up as at school. I even hit my grandma like a swanton bomb one time. I swear, bro. And
Your grandma, you said?
yes, I swear, bro. And then
Hey, we all practiced in the living room
yes.
at some point, right?
Nah, facts, bro. And that's dead serious. I actually hit it with Swanton Bomb, bro. And then I just grew up loving it, man. And then like 2016, 2017, I fell out of love with it for a little bit. I stopped watching it. I stopped watching it. And then, Santi, Mr. Santi?
Santi's app, yep.
Yeah. So in 2022, he started posting. The bloodline stuff, and I was like, damn, that's interesting. And I just fell in love with it again, bro. And that's when I started watching it again, fell in love with it. And I ain't lie, like every Monday night Raw and SmackDown and pay per view, all the way from 2022 when the bloodline was going on until this recent backlash. I didn't miss the episode. After this backlash, I ain't been watching every single episode just because it's not as I ain't gonna say it's like not as entertaining as it used to be, but it's just like I ain't got the love for it. I always had love for it. It's just I'm not as tuned in as I am. But hopefully
Yeah,
Roman wins, bro. Roman needs to win, and the Bloodline needs to get back together because the reason wrestling was amazing was because Roman Reigns. So we need to have him win again, bro.
exactly. And that's fair. Completely agree with you. I think there's peaks and valleys, right? I
Yeah,
think we're currently in a valley with WrestleMania 40 being the peak of, could arguably be of all time,
yeah.
in wrestling, right? I was actually there for that WrestleMania, so that's probably one of the greatest memories I'll ever have.
Which WrestleMania?
40.
Damn, dude, that's my favorite. That main event. You saw that live, bro?
Yeah.
That's my
I
favorite
was
main
I
event
was there for
ever.
both nights, both Saturday and Sunday.
That's my favorite main event ever, bro. I ain't gonna lie. me and all my boys were in my college. It's probably one of my best memories of my life too. It was me and all my college teammates because we all lived in the dorm together. This was sophomore year. We all lived in the dorm together. It was like 10 of us in a room. Dude, when the Undertaker bell went off and then John
Oh,
Cena came out, we all went crazy. That's probably my top 5 memories of my life because that was so fun, so much fun we had.
the the deafening sound of after Undertaker's gong going off in that stadium, like I'll never forget that.
And I'm
And that
glad.
was the first time I ever saw The Rock wrestle too.
Really?
Um, and The Rock's my favorite wrestler of all
Oh yeah,
time.
facts.
I'm actually originally from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. That's where I'm born.
Okay.
And if you didn't know, a little, I guess, history lesson is that the Rock's family at one point, Rocky Johnson, they had a brief stint in Bethlehem where they lived in Pennsylvania there. And the Rock actually went to, my parents are older, but The Rock went to the same high school for a brief stint in time. I know they moved around a little bit, but the same high school, Freedom High School, as my parents. So ever since then, The Rock's been my guy. So
Heck yeah, bro. No, that's it. I ain't gonna lie, he's my
yeah,
favorite wrestler too. Like, he's my top three. Nobody has more aura than The Rock, bro. He come down there with the eyebrow
yeah.
walking like this. I ain't gonna lie. When I did his entrance inside of a it wasn't a nail salon. I did it in Bath and Body Works. It's one of my most viral videos. But that was one of my most fun experiences doing the Rock entrance, bro. I felt like The Rock for a second.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like wrestling really brought you and your grandfather together. So that's probably memories that you'll have forever.
Oh yeah.
Who was your grandfather's favorite wrestler?
Shoot, my grandfather's favorite wrestler, he loved Dusty Rhodes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually met both Dustin and Mama Rhodes at WrestleCon that
Bro.
same year, WrestleMania 40.
Heck yeah.
Mama Rhodes was the nicest lady that you will probably ever meet. So if Dusty was anything like her, like that family is like standard.
Heck yeah.
So awesome. Do you go to a lot of shows? Are you strictly a WWE guy, or do you watch a little bit of every other promotion as well? AEW, TNA, New Japan, even House of Glory has been really popping off lately.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I go to shows like when they're here in Nashville, and
Mhm.
my boy, I don't know if you know this dude. He does reactions. His name's the Real GD. He's like a black dude. He got
No.
locks and stuff. He had like 200,000 on TikTok, and
Oh wow.
he's coming down here to he's coming down here with me in I think early May, and we're gonna go to a show in Knoxville, Monday Night
Mhm.
Raw. So
Nice.
I really stick to WWE. I go to the shows. I'll watch NXT a little bit, TNA. I don't watch no other promotions. I just watch WWE for real. And then I mean I know he just got TNA. I like Ricky Sosa a lot. You know who that is?
Yes, he just
Yeah,
debuted.
yeah. I like him a lot. So that was one guy I was watching in the Indies and stuff. But really, I just stay focused on WWE because AEW is cool, bro. But I feel like AEW, like you don't got to be as good on the mic. Like you just got to be a good wrestler. In WWE, you got to be good on the mic and a good wrestler. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Right. I mean, it's the big leagues for a reason, right?
Yeah,
And they've been around for such a long time. So and it's a big time commitment too, right?
yeah.
To try to watch every single show, that's crazy. I also saw, that you've had some several interactions with, some legends.
Yeah.
Who is the nicest wrestler you've ever met?
Sure, I ain't gonna lie. My most viral video on TikTok actually almost has 1 million likes. When I low key trolled Jeff Hardy. You seen that video?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Where you got
without
suspended?
yes, bro, yes. Without a doubt, Jeff Hardy is the nicest wrestler I've ever met in my life, bro. That dude, I talked to him off camera. That dude's cool. I even told him about how Duke Dennis was his favorite wrestler. And then he went on Kai Cenat stream the next day, and he kind of shouted me out. He was like, "There was some kid that came up to me yesterday, and he was telling me about how Duke Dennis was I was Duke Dennis's favorite wrestler and stuff." So that was cool, bro. That was cool. And
Nice.
Ron Simmons, dude. I ain't gonna lie, that dude was nice, bro. But Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Ron Simmons, Jeff Hardy. Ron Simmons was a cool dude, bro. That dude.
Mhm.
When I was talking to him, it was like I didn't even think he was famous, man. It just seemed like I was talking to a normal person.
Yeah, I agree. You know, meeting I've met several wrestlers, in the last several years, and they see thousands of people per day, right?
Yeah.
And even for someone just to, ask, oh, what's your name, and then say, oh, hey, well, it's nice meeting you, Brian, or, nice meeting you, Pop, or, whatever.
Yeah.
Just that little interaction, it makes you that much more of a fan of them,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, but that's awesome. Um, and your videos, right? So, how did you come up with these ideas of going into nail salons, coffee shops, Targets, to, to do entrance music walk-ins, or singing choir songs to entrance songs? How did you come up with that idea?
Sure, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was with my boy Kylan. Shout out my boy Kylan Thorpes. He runs track at TSU, and he's a content creator, but he does track content, and he's always down to help me with my content and stuff like that. So we were I was over Christmas break. We were grinding. We were grinding like we was like we ain't got no school. Let's try to run up the social media stuff. I probably landed like 10,000 followers, and I kid you not, I literally came up with it on the fly because we were out just around. There's a Charlotte Pike Shopping Center in Nashville, tons of stores. So we were just trolling, going in there, doing little pranks that weren't even funny or going viral for real. And then I mean, we did some funny pranks. My boy Colin, he has some viral pranks and funny pranks. But
Mhm.
uh, I was like, hey, I ain't gonna lie. What about? Cause I've seen this dude on TikTok. I've seen this dude on TikTok. He was going in stores and blasting rap songs. So I'm like, bro, what if we go into a nail salon and blast a WWE theme song? That'd never be done before. So I went up to him and I acted like he was a stranger. I was like, so who's your favorite WWE wrestler of all time? And he said Randy Orton. So we walked in there. That was my first one. Walked in the nail salon, blasted Randy Orton, and then I got like 3 million views, bro. And then after that,
That's awesome.
I've done 45 entrances in nail salons, Kroger, Walmart, all that. Yeah, I counted yesterday. It was like 45, 46.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Of those 45, 46 times, how many times have the cops been called on you?
Dude, I ain't lie, at least 30. And you know it's crazy? They've never shown up. They've never shown up. I was actually talking to a cop in here in Nashville the other day, and he was saying the reason they never show up is because we're always in and out of there in under 90 seconds, and by the time they call the cops, we're already gone, bro. In Nashville, I was way more to worry about this a choir singing or me going into nail
Right.
salon blasting it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they
I
love it
mean,
though. Sometimes they love it. Like the other day, I got this nail salon worker. She tipped me $25.
wow. For
Yeah.
90 seconds?
Yes, bro.
Wow. That's awesome. Well, I mean, you're kind of a local legend right now, you're providing entertainment to people, so, what's there's no harm in it, right?
Facts, facts, bro. It's all love at the end of the day. I'm a harmless
Yeah, for
type of dude,
sure.
bro. I don't wanna hurt nobody or make somebody feel bad. You know what I'm saying? So I just uh I just go out there, have fun, and troll. Most of the time, we don't even say no cuss words unless we're singing "Somebody Gonna Get Their Ass Kicked," Mark Henry. You know, that's the only time we cuss.
Right.
Yeah,
So yeah, so like, I guess, what are you hoping that the viewer gets out of your videos?
man. What am I hoping, bro? I ain't gonna lie. I just want to like entertain people, make their day, bro. I had some people text me like they be having rough days at work, and then they come home and watch my. I've literally had people DM me say like they've had rough days at work, and they come and watch my videos and makes their day. So hearing stuff like that's good, bro. I just want to be my main goal in life. Obviously, I'm a Christian, so I want to make it to heaven and always represent Jesus Christ. But uh, I want to die a legend, bro. That's my goal. I want to die a legend because you only get one life. I don't want to be on my deathbed just being like, oh man, I just worked some lame office job my whole life. Like it is what it is. I just did what I did to get by in life. Like I want to die a legend, bro. So it's like that's one of my main goals is to die a legend. So I just want people to remember me and just create a legacy. And there's nobody in Nashville does what like there's no other streamers or content creators in Nashville. I'm not literally the only like you can ask anyone in Nashville. I'm the only one doing this. So it's like it's cool. Like yeah, I just wanna leave a legacy, die a legend, man. That's the goal. I want people to remember me. I ain't saying I gotta
Yeah.
be no Kai Cenat or biggest in the world or nothing, but I definitely want to be like I want to be known for sure.
Yeah. And I can definitely attest to that too, with you saying like, people have rough days and things like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm working a 9 to 5, and sometimes you just wanna see what people are posting about, right? And
Yep.
then, you know, somebody like me is discovering somebody like you and your account, and
Mhm.
um, we're all connected. Being wrestling fans, right?
Yeah.
It's the purest form of entertainment that you can have. It's on the fly, right? I
Yeah.
think I think Finn Balor said it best. Wrestling is like Broadway meets the Avengers all in one.
Yeah.
You get one take at it, then you have the pyro and the effects and all of that. And that's what brings us all together, right? But then there's also that negativity online of, I have a difference of opinion about a
Mhm.
wrestler or a storyline than you do, or, the strength of the industry. And there's all this negativity, right? So I
Yeah.
think you providing that form of entertainment and that guiding light, kind of, in a sense, and expressing how you feel and things like that, people enjoy that.
For
So
sure.
um you know for me, just listening to your stuff, it's hilarious. And really appreciate the entertainment at the end of the day.
Oh, that's much love, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll work
Yeah.
hard, man. I have a whiteboard. I write down on it every day, and I'm obsessed with this, man. So I'm grinding every day, trying to figure some stuff out, bro.
Yeah. What has been the most requested song entered song for you to do next?
The next one that's the most requested, I the, a lot. Oh yeah, this is it for sure, bro. Everyone they've been requesting this forever. Is Alberto Del Rio, but I gotta find a Spanish announcer. Once I find that, I'm gonna be. They lucky I can't speak Spanish. What was it? What was the announcer's name? Ricardo Rodriguez or something?
Oh, I can't think of it off the top of my head, if I'm being honest.
I think it was Ricardo Rodriguez. They lucky I don't speak Spanish. I'd be in there killing it. But I need to find See, we got anybody in the chat that can speak Spanish, man. Let me know, cause I need a Spanish announcer, and we will do the Alberto Del Rio. I'll rent out a whatever car he had. What did he come out? What did he come out of? What car was that he came out of? Alberto Del Rio.
What was that?
It was like an all white. I think he came out. It was like a limo or something. I don't know, but it was like a sports car or something. But I'll rent out one of them things. I'll do Alberto Del Rio
Like
intros.
a Rolls Royce, or I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd have to look that up, honestly.
yeah. I can't even remember what it was, but I'll do Alberto Del Rio, man. Get me an announcer. I'll come out that car. That'd be lit, bro. That'd be lit.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
So, so in your online presence, what's next for you?
Man, what's next for me, bro? I ain't gonna lie. So the WWE stuff, it's like it's starting to fall off a little bit. It's starting to fall off a little bit. I'm not doing like last month was my best month ever. I had like 26 million views in 28 days, and that was my best month ever, bro. And this month's falling off a little bit. So I'm gonna keep pushing the WWE stuff, but I want to be bigger than just like WWE. So like I'm gonna start branching out and doing other stuff, you know. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna over the weekend. I'm just going fishing, getting my mind off content a little bit, and just focusing on what my next thing would be.
Yeah, for sure. And that was going to be my other question too, was like, are you looking to branch into a specific niche to make sure that you're, focusing on one thing and not stretching yourself too thin, or like, you know,
Hmm.
what's on that whiteboard right now,
Yeah,
you know?
man, that's a very good question. Really, the whiteboard right now, I ain't gonna lie, it's blank right now. Like I always got stuff on it. I did everything I needed to do for the week. It's blank. So like I said, I'm just taking my time to figure it out. And also, I want to, like I said, I want to do switch it up from WWE. Like,
Mhm.
what I want to do is grow such a big platform that I can be like a full time streamer. So it's just like the way you do that nowadays is like you can't just spark up a Twitch stream and go viral and have tons of viewers. You got to bring your audience from TikTok, Instagram to Twitch. And I'm not gonna just what I feel a lot of people do wrong is they just pick one niche.
Mhm.
Now, when you have a niche, you need to run with that niche. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did with the theme songs. But I'm not gonna stick to just one niche. So whenever my next niche hits, I'll run with that for a month or two, and then go to the next niche. But I want to do all kind of stuff, bro. I want to do all kind of stuff like, you know, I ain't gonna say too much, but the World Cup's coming up and stuff like that. So it's like
Yes.
it's a bunch of stuff I want to do, bro. It's like the World Soccer and the World Cup. That's a global thing. So I wanna yeah, branch toward a little bit of that, and just bring an audience from everywhere, bro. All countries, states, all mindsets, sports, non-sports, just everything, bro. Just myself. I'm a pretty entertaining dude, so I feel like I can entertain anybody, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just like wrestling too. Like you have to you have to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
You can't be stale.
Mhm.
The same gimmick or same act.
Yep. Yep.
And we've gotten WWE putting out like the unreals like recently of like, okay, we're building up to WrestleMania, but what's next?
Mhm.
What's next year's WrestleMania? What's 3 years from now? 5 years from now? So, yeah, I think your your vision to look into the future and what you want to do, that's only going to bring you success.
Yes, sir, bro.
Awesome. So what
Thank you, man.
advice would you give to somebody who's, maybe in your shoes, maybe a year or two ago, just starting out, they want to build their brand, build their community. What's the biggest piece of advice that you would give to somebody?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people say you gotta post every day and be consistent and stuff. I feel like that's true to a point. Like, you do need to post, but like, you need to be consistent. And the way you find your niche is by being consistent. Because for a while, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I was just trying to do something every day, and that led to me finding my niche. And then
Hmm.
when you really find your niche, you just need to post like once a day, bro. And then but for my like someone that's really trying to get on the come up, I would recommend you cannot care what other people think. Like my biggest fear was like, oh, I'm gonna do that. What if I go in this nail salon and do this crazy stuff and it gets 10 views? But you can't think like that, because if it gets 10 views and only 10 people saw it, you know what I'm saying? So like you can't think like that. You cannot, if you want to make it in this content stuff, you cannot care what other people think. And I'm a big believer in uh, quality over quantity. Like I said, I don't believe in
Yeah.
100 posts a day. I would much rather see a person post 3 great quality videos in a week than 100 videos in a week, bro. I think it's quality over quantity, man. And it's also connections, bro. That is the thing. Like that's how I've gotten out there, just collabing with Aiden and Ray and um, Duke Dennis, just being in their streams. Like that's how I've gotten my face out there. So it's like, you know, you got to it's connections, bro. Everyone and their mama nowadays does content. Everyone, bro. So you gotta kind of get out there with the big faces if you really want to get your face out there. So just hustling.
Yeah.
I recommend just hustle every day, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I think, kind of at the end of the day, it is kind of mind over matter. We're all tired. We got certain things that we're doing, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it's being consistent and, like you
Yep.
said, quality over quantity.
Yep.
And like you said, believe in yourself. I think we're at times, as human beings, we're our harshest critics. That it's just getting started. That's the hard part. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I appreciate you sharing that. But
Sure, bro.
yeah. So, but Pop, this has been an excellent conversation. Hope
Heck
this
yeah, bro.
is the first of many. I greatly appreciate your time today.
Yes, sir, man.
To really sit down and talk shop. Learn a little bit about yourself and your influence that wrestling has had in your life. Do want to wish you, all of the success in the future, and hope to see you at a wrestling show someday. Have
That'd be
to
awesome.
maybe go to Nashville, go to Bridgestone Arena or something
Heck
like
yeah.
that.
Let's do it,
But,
bro.
um, but yeah, again, greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the weekend and let me know, what you catch fishing today and also when your merch drops.
Heck yeah.
Any other plugs you want to have? And do you have a website for that?
Nah, I think I don't even know the website. Like I think it's Etsy. I drop it on Etsy.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop it on Etsy. So I'm gonna drop it like next, probably like in a week. I'm just gonna announce it or something on Instagram or something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, yeah, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy, the road to WrestleMania.
Facts.
I hope it's going to be a great, 2 day showing, second time in Vegas. But yeah, appreciate the time today, Pop.
Hey, I
All the
wish
best.
you all, I wish you all the best. This is my first podcast, so I appreciate you believing in me and getting me on here, man. So we can do it again one day. When you're bigger and I'm bigger, we're gonna do it again one day, bro.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir, man.
Always
Hey,
open, man.
sure. Much love, bro. You be safe, bro.
You too. Take
Yep.
care.
Yep.
I want to give a special thank you for Pop for today's conversation and for giving me the opportunity to be his first sit-down conversation. He's been bringing positivity to the wrestling fan base through entertainment, and he's only just getting started. If you want a good laugh from a long day after work, check him out on his socials and follow along in his journey. If you've enjoyed today's conversation, I'd greatly appreciate your support by subscribing to the channel and leaving a note in the comments of what you'd like to see Pop do next. Thank you all for the house, and I'll see you in the next one.